All right, boys and girls, here we go. What's up? So, we've been talking about solving inequalities. Now we're going to talk about solving two-step inequalities. So we've got a problem like this. It should look familiar. Now, last semester we did problems like this. All right, so now we're not going to do anything different with the algebra. We just have an inequality in the problem, all right? So you follow the same algebra steps that we did last semester. Add 5 to both sides. Remember, we're trying to get the variable by itself, so we always work the variable side of the problem. Minus 5 plus 5 is 0, leaves 3x, and now you have to finish the problem, all right? So we gotta get x by itself. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Now, if you remember back to last week, division and multiplication was a big deal. Remember the rule, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you change the inequality. Did we multiply or divide by a negative number? No, divided by positive 3. So I don't have to mess with the inequality here. All right, so we're done. Number 2. Work from the variable side of the problem. The variable's on the right. I got to get that variable by itself. So I'm subtracting 5 from both sides. 7 is 2. Now I need to get the variable alone. I got to divide by 2 on both sides. And now all the algebra is correct. I divided by positive 2, so I don't have to make that flip. But do we like the way that looks? You should be sitting there saying no. I need to turn this around to get the final answer. All right? Remember, oops, sorry, typo. Turn it around to get the final answer. All right, we do this because now if we have to graph this, and we're not graphing right now, but if we have to graph this, we know it's going to shade to the right. It's going to be a closed circle because of the equal sign, and it's going to shade to the right. When the variable's on the right, graphing is hard because things are backwards. All right, number 3. So, work from the variable side of the problem. Start with a minus 4. Gives me negative 12. Now, what are we going to do to both sides of the equation? Yes, divide by negative 3. When you say those words or think those thoughts, divide by negative 3, divide by a negative. When I multiply or divide by a negative number, I'm changing inequality. That's the rule. We've said it 100 times. So if I'm dividing by a negative, I change the inequality because I divided by negative 3. Now, I don't want to graph it like this. I got to turn around again, and that happens. Remember, we're just doing this to make graphing easier on us. This is required, okay? All right, one last one here. Get the variable by itself. So I take a look here. If I want to make that 7 go away, remember we talked about this a lot last semester. The minus is with the x. Okay, don't look here. The minus is with the x. So if I want to make that 7 go away, this is a positive 7. I need to subtract 7 from both sides of the equation. Okay, so now that's gone. Bring down the entire negative x. We haven't done anything with that yet. Less than negative 4. What number? What is the coefficient on this x? What number is in front of x? Negative 1. So I need to divide by negative 1 on both sides of the equation. Negative divided by negative is positive x, positive 4. What did I do to both sides of the equation? I divided by a negative, change the inequality. I want to point something out. It doesn't matter if you're subtracting 7. Now, subtracting is fine. I don't change inequalities when I subtract. Only when I divide or multiply by a negative number. There you go. Two-step inequalities.